short 7. 11:35 to go, no score in the ball game. I want to say hello to Nikki Starkey. Comes right back to Hutchison. Hutch gets a little bit, brings up a 3rd and a long 4. Hutch really picking it up a lick here. Running to the right side, which will set those for you. That's Chad Kuhn, Reggie Alexander, Rob Martin. Atkins is the center on the left side. Are Brown and Harry Turner. The split in is Bowman. Phillips waiting as we have an official's timeout as Nagel needs to get his shoestring tied. And we have time back in. Ball right at the 40. Look for 3rd and about 4. Kendricks, your wing back, is on his left. Bowman split to the right. Comes right back on the counter. And Hutchison gets very little on that play. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Early on, the Belpre Golden Eagles seem to be ready to play, Bub.
Well, the 44, Bob, the Rockets haven't seen much of that defense yet this year, and the Belpre Golden Eagles are playing the 44 defense, which means that there's 4 linemen up front and 4 linebackers, so it's something a little different the Rockets haven't seen so far.
Belpre putting some guys all the way back at the 20, not going to take any chances. Nice snap back. Wallace with nice end over end kick. Ball's going to hit it to 25. But Eagles going to pick it up and gets a break there. Gets it up over the 30 to about the 31-yard line. On the tackle for the Rockets, Hank Hager, and we'll get the other gentleman for you. That's Chad Kuhn. Or I'm sorry, it's Lee Lambert coming off. The Rockets go on defense. We'll set that offense for you. The quarterback is Struthers. The fullback is Spriggs, Hamilton, and Ring are the halfbacks. Between the 3 of them, they have a little bit over 1,000 yards. Belpre breaks the huddle as they put the split in. Number 3, that's Hines, comes to the right. They put the wing back to the left. Pro set, man in the slot. Struthers, long count, comes back up the middle. The fullback breaks the tackle, but not very long as he goes down in a hurry there. On the bottom of that pile is number 63, Morgan Fairchild Stevens, with some help from Dusty Rhodes. Gain of about 2 on the play. 10 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. We don't have a score yet. Belpre looking at a 2nd and 8 from their own 31-yard line. Trying to pick up who number 1 is. We think that's Hamilton, but we're not sure. Hamilton goes to right to put a man in the slot. Struthers goes under center. Now into an I formation. Comes right back. Going to give it back to the tailback, and he goes nowhere in a hurry. And that was Jeremy Hill, Bub.
Jeremy Hill and Dusty Rhodes said hello there.
So that brings up a 3rd and 8. And if they very generous in their spot, it could have been a loss, but they give him no gain on the play. Belpre looks into what could be a passing situation. 9 minutes, 15 seconds to go. No score. Belpre with the ball right at its own 31. Call it 3rd and 10. The Rockets bring everybody up. Struthers goes under center. Got a flag, and that's a delay of the game against the Eagles, and that's something that they probably didn't want to get at this point.
Right. That was a good call that time. I was kind of keeping an eye on that play, and the official's right on top of that one. Delay a game, first flag of the game tonight. Delay a game on the Belpre Golden Eagles.
So that'll be a 5-yard walk-off, so now we're looking probably at 3rd and 14. 9 minutes and 1 second to go. They mark the penalty off. They wind the clock. Look for the Rockets to really let these down 5 people go. We noticed that Meigs had luck throwing underneath the linebackers and in front of the backs, Bub.
Well, let's see what they do here.
Struthers back. Fakes it. He's going to row. He's going to get hit. He throws it, and that's a nice catch. But he makes a great catch, goes down, and they'll bring a 4th and 10, a gain of 5.
I tell you what, Rockets caught a break there that time. They could have been called for pass interference on that play, as Nick Frisbee had excellent coverage on the receiver that time, but bumped him just a little bit early, and the official just didn't see it because he was actually behind the receiver on that play. But Rockets doing a good job anyhow.
3 plays and 2 yards. Brings up a punting situation back deep for the Eagles. We're going to call him that. Looks like Owens will be doing the punting deep for the Rockets. Kendrick and Brennan is coming to Brennan. This guy can fly. Watch him go. He breaks a tackle at the 35, gets a 40, comes up over to the 45, all the way to the 50, stays on his feet, inside the Golden Eagle territory, down to the 47-yard line. Bob.
Number 68 for the Golden Eagles, Brennan just put his head down and said, come on, and just flat out ran over the defender on that play.
And he'll probably get a chance to do that all night because that was Owens, the fine linebacker. Look for Rockets to be very conservative first couple series. I think Coach is going to see where the weaknesses are. We've likened this many times to prize fighting, that you try to just jab around, find a weakness. Kendricks is to the right. Owens coming back, comes back to Hutchison. Hutchison gets a break, cuts inside, gets into the 40, all the way down to about the 38-yard line. Great block there by the lead man, and that's the unselfish Matt Hatton.
Well, Matt Hatton doing a great job on turning the corner for Chris Hutchison to get out there and throw the lead block, and Chris just very wisely followed his blocker right up through there and picked up about 9 yards on the carry for the Rockets.
It's easy for you to say.
Right.
2nd and 2 for the Rockets. Phillips at the line of scrimmage. She splits Bowman to the left, brings it right back to Hatton. Hatton breaks a tackle, gets inside the 35, down to about the 34-yard line. Bring up a first down, 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go. No score. Rockets driving, ball inside the Belpre 35.
Well, Coach Blackstone and company satisfied and being running over the right side of the Rocket line. Reggie Alexander and company on the whole right side of the offensive line for the Rockets.
Rockets in that pro set, comes back. Phillips does a great job, fakes the pitch, breaks the tackle at the 30, breaks one at the 20, all the way down to about the 16-yard line. Nice tackle there by the defender for Belpre, and that's number 81. We'll try to pick him up for. That's Stan Keith, and he's the senior, and this is the guy we told you who had to play center field, Bub.
Well, Matt Phillips doing a great job showing his strength and running ability on that play on the option.
Matt Phillips has never been known as a weakling. 1st and 10, the ball at 17. Hutch is going to come side. He breaks it at the 16, gets it, breaks his shoulder all the way down to the 10. Got a flag on the play.
Looked like that one's going to come back on the Rockets. It appeared that the Rockets had held, but it actually had nothing to do with the play. The hold actually came on the left side of the line, and the play went to the right, so I think it's coming back. See what the officials call here. Yeah, exactly right. Holding call on the Rockets, and really, Bob, that's uncalled for because it had nothing to do with the play at that time.
Yeah, you can't trust guys and wear striped shirts on Friday night, I guess. So it's still going to be first down, but it's going to be 1st and 20. Ball probably back to about the 27-yard line. Stick with us, folks. 6:48 to go. No score in the ball game. Rockets were threatening. We'll see what this 10-yard penalty does to them. And they're going to bring it back to the 26-yard line, Bub, a 9-yard walk-off. Bring up a 1st and 17. If I were a betting man, I'd look for the wingback coming back on the other side.
Well, look for your Matt Kendrick, number 20 for the Rockets, have yet to run the counter play, and see if we run it here.
Kendricks goes to the right. They split Bowman to the left. Phillips under center. Takes a snap, comes right back to Kendricks, and it's going to go. Kendricks at the 20, the 15, stays on his feet now, and is wrestled down at about the 12-yard line, so he picks a bunch of that back up, Bub.
Kendrick just took the defensive back, number 12 for the Eagles that time, literally just threw him out of the way and went on to the next defender.
Speaking of Kendrick, I talked to him earlier today. I said, Matt, what do you think? He said, Bob, I'm tired of everybody saying I only weigh 145 pounds. He said, the truth is I'm up to 148, and I'm going to hit 150. Kendrick back to Hatton. Hatton's inside, and he's going to score as he runs over the defender. So Matt Hatton from 10 yards out puts the Rockets on the board first as they jump up 6-0.
Well, the Rockets went right back to the horse that they've rode all year long, Bob. Matt Hatton doing a great job. I love the way this kid runs the ball. He runs with the ball, covers it up with both hands right up the middle where no one can strip it from him. Great job, Matt Hatton.
Well, you don't want to have a pity party for him after he just scores a touchdown, but you just wonder at what level he'd have been if he hadn't lost 2 years.
Right. He could be an excellent player.
Well, John Wayne Fortner on to do the booting. The snap's up, and it's up. The snap was fumbled, and Holder did a great job getting it down.
We're doing a great job that time. Someone has done something to the microphone tonight because neither one of us are talking very well.
8-yard drive capped off by a 10-yard Matt Hatton run set up by a 20-yard run by Matt Kendrick. So it's almost an all-Matt backfield here tonight. On to do the booting is John Wayne Fortner Fortner gets a nice end-over-end kick, takes a bounce at the 30. The Eagles pick it up, and that's number 12. That's Burnfield, and he zigged when he should have zagged, Bub.
Troy Stewart and Hank the Wedge Breaker Hager just went over and pancaked him on the far side of the field, and he didn't get too far after that at all.
So it was fielded at about the 25, returned all the way to about the 34-yard line. The Golden Eagles going offense for the second time. Not a small team, these Golden Eagles. As you look at their big people, they have a 304-pound tackle in Busey, a senior. So they bring the wide receiver to the right, comes right back to the fullback, running strong. And I'll tell you what, that whoa. That was King, and Bub, is getting a little ugly early.
I'll tell you what, Joe Ziegler and Dusty Rhodes, you could hear that hit clear up here. These guys are wanting Belpre bad and showing it so far tonight. Ziegler and Rhodes on that tackle, and that's all we need to say there.
Gain of a yard on the play.
That was generous.
All right, they bring Keith wide to the right. Busey is the tackle. Struthers wanting to throw. He's got a deep pattern, could be almost intercepted. As good defensive coverage there by Sean Brennan and Derek Wallace.
Well, it's great, Bob, to see Wellston secondary being able to show good pass defense. It's not something we've seen in the past, and just the tide has turned. You see Belpre sending just one receiver out, and he only had one guy to go to. That sounds too familiar.
Well, I'll tell you what, too. It maybe says a little bit when you're trying to loosen up this defense when you're throwing on second. They bring him left and right again. I formation. Struthers puts a man in motion. And he's going to go back. He wants to throw, throws a middle screen, and gone, no plays. And that's in Zeke territory.
Well, Zeke and Troy Stewart doing a great job as Struthers dropped back and not going anywhere. The Rockets defensively done an outstanding job. Dusty Rhodes again in on that stop.
Tell you what, Troy Stewart, it's just probably a good thing that he's not bigger, because I don't think he could get any meaner.
I'd like to see him have about another 20 or 30 pounds. Lord knows who he could play for then.
4th and 13, back to do the booting once again is number 63. That's Elsie. Nice snap back. Rockets put a big rush on. End-over-end kick taken this time by Kendrick as he fields it at the 25. Jitterbugs gets by the 30, stays on his feet. Up to the 35, stays on his feet. And finally goes out of bounds at the 37. If you're listening at home, folks, it's sort of like watching a pinball machine as that ball just keeps banging and banging.
There was nobody from Belpre that could bring him down, and one of the starting linebackers for the Golden Eagles had a tough time just trying to grab a hold of Kendrick's jersey. Kendrick was just zigging and zagging and bouncing and bobbing and everything, and no one could grab a hold of him.
And that's not the little kid. That's the 148-pound version of Matt Kendrick. We can't wait to get to 150. He may hurt somebody. 1st and 10 for the Golden Rockets. Ball at the 37. Hatton right up the gut again. And he draws a crowd. Now he's drawing those inside folks.
What a line surge by the Rockets on that play. Rockets, it only went for about, looks like maybe 3 yards, but offensive lineman just blowing Belpre off the line right now.
We counted, folks. Belpre's got about 7 kids playing both ways. Phillips under center, comes right back. Coming back to Kendrick. Kendrick's tripped up and gets back to about the line of scrimmage. You got to give Belpre a lot of credit as their outside linebackers are staying home and looking for that.
Well, they scouted very well on that play. Rockets having some success running outside tonight so far, but content on just running it up the middle where the Rockets are faced with 3rd and about 7 now.
Tackle by the left side of the Belpre offense. Look for that play to come back and maybe Hutchison to keep it himself. Kendrick comes in motion, comes right up the middle, and Hatton, great second effort, gets it up to about the 39. 4th and about a yard, maybe 2. We're going to punt it away. But I'll tell you why you punt that, Bub. You've got probably right now the kid punting probably better than anybody in Southern Ohio right now.
Oh, no doubt about that. And Coach Blackstone just playing it safe off the bat, which is a good conservative call at this point in the game.
3 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Rockets lead at 7-0. Phillips is going to be your snapper. Nice snap. Once again, Wallace puts this one where nobody wants it. Going to be fielded by a Golden Eagle. Oh, my goodness, folks. And that was number
57 and 53.
53, Sam Corvin, and 55, Robbie Martin.
Man, what Rockets came with their hats on tonight, ready to hit. Mercy sakes.
53, unfortunately, was not Sam Corvin, but it was our buddy Adkins. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at their own 33 as they get the ball for the 3rd time tonight. As they bring a wide receiver to the left, they put the slot back in the slot to the left. I formation. Brings him right back to in motion. Struthers with the long count. Going to pitch it wide, and the Eagles are in trouble. And I'll tell you, once again, great defensive shooting there by Dusty Rhodes.
Well, Dusty Rhodes and Troy Stewart on the stop again that time as the Golden Eagles is trying a number of different plays to get something going and trying to get the motor running here, but not going anywhere that time. 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles.
2nd and 10, 2 minutes, 29 seconds to go. Dusty Rhodes looks like they're giving him the opportunity when you bring the back in motion. They're letting him shoot, and he almost ran the guy down the backfield.
Well, this is the most that we've actually been talked about Dusty all year long for some uncertain reason, but Dusty, a great linebacker for the Rockets.
Hamilton in the slot. They're going to come back to the other side. Look for Struthers to throw back, and that's exactly what he wants to do. Got a guy in motion going deep. Brendan's going to take this one away, and they're going to give him the catch, Bub, down to 39.
Well, Brennan just a little bit short on that play. Had the play defended very well, but the receiver just jumped a little higher than what Sean did and made the catch. Nice catch that time by the offensive unit for the Eagles.
So Struthers hits his 2nd pass, the first one for any yardage. Here at 1:57 to go, ball at the Rocket 39. Belpre now running out of the huddle. This pass sort of picked him up. As they come to the line of scrimmage, Struthers comes under center. Long counts here tonight. He's going to bring it back. He wants to throw it. He's coming across the middle and throws it over everybody's head. And I don't think it had anything to do with Joe Ziegler coming up the middle.
I tell you what, the Tri-Valley Conference is not lacking in quarterbacks that can throw the ball this year, Bob. Struthers sets up very well, has a very tight spiral when he throws the ball, and just a little overthrown on that play. But again, Rockets seeing a pretty decent quarterback tonight.
So the Rockets now looking at, for the Eagles, looking 2nd and 10 as they bring out Hamilton to the right. Bring the slot back in motion. They're going to pitch it back, and they want to run this one. They have a play there. Back there was Dusty Rhodes.
That guy didn't have a chance. Dusty was being blocked in the back, and also a hold on the play, which was a no call, but Dusty just one-armed, reached one arm out and brought the runner down. Great job there again by number 56, Dusty Rhodes.
And what a compliment to Zeke Stewart. Troy Stewart, as we've noticed all year, he's drawn the double team, and not only the double team, the guys are physically grabbing a hold of him to hold him, but to give Dusty Rhodes a chance to come up and cut it to a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 7 as they bring number 21. That's Mike Alexander back in the backfield. He wants to throw, going to come back, going deep, and that could be intercepted and broken up nicely by number 26, Sean Brennan.
Well, great coverage again that time by Sean Brennan, number 26 for the Rockets, as once again the defensive secondary doing a super job covering the offensive receiver. Rockets doing a great job there. 4th and about 7 for the Eagles.
And the Eagles bringing on their punting team, but I would be very surprised with the ball at your opponent's 35 if you do the punting. Back to do it, the punting again is number 63. That's Elzy or Elzy. And Belpre gets a nice snap, comes right back. Elzy comes up the middle with it. He's trying to angle it out of bounds, and if he gets a good bounce, and he does, gets it all the way down to about the 1-yard line. Great punt by Elzy.
Okay, Rockets going to take over, clear down and deep in their own territory. It'd be great if they can put together a nice drive here, Bob, and score another 6 or 7.
Well, we saw that same kind of a drive last week. The Rockets went 98 yards, so we'll see if we can pick it up right now. Looking down at the defensive players, I think they're sort of upset that they gave up a 1st down, but they should be very proud. They're doing a great job there. 45 seconds to go here. The Rockets lead at 7-0. Ball at about the 1-yard line. Rockets wedge it up the middle and get up all the way to about the 7-yard line, and that's that 148-pound dynamo, Matt Kendrick.
Well, it looked like 24 on the carry that time, Bob. Matt Hatton, and that's going to be close. They're going to give him 8 on that carry, so nice, strong run by Matt Hatton.
It was not Kendrick, it was Hatton. We apologize, Matt. Either Matt. Coming right back, come up the middle again. And Hatton's going to pick the first down up, and I'll tell you what, Reggie Alexander and Brown are doing a tremendous job on that right side.
Well, doing a great job, and it might be hard tonight for the Rocket offensive backfield to break any long plays tonight simply because the 4-4 defense allows those backers to play a little bit like a defensive secondary, and that's what the Rockets are having a tough time picking up right now.
Phillips under center brings it right back to Hatton. Hatton breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, stays on his feet, gets up over, and the ball's loose. And it's going to be the Rockets' ball. Very close. Matt Hatton really running strong, but got it knocked out. But that's the end of the first quarter. We're going to send it back to the station with the score of Wellston 7, Belpre nothing. Vinton County 6, Welcome back, everybody, as we start second quarter action with Wellston 7, Belpre nothing. We're going to give it to our buddy Bub Norris as he's going to take you through the second quarter. Bub?
Thank you, Bob. Rockets getting ready to get second quarter action underway. Rockets on top of the Eagles 7-0 here. Phillips starting on his own 20, hands off to Hatton over the right side, picks up about 5, stays on his feet, gains another 2. Going to pick up another Rocket first down, bring the ball out to the 26-yard line of the Rockets. Just getting second quarter action underway here, Bob. Hatton again carrying the load for the Rockets.
Well, it's a 26-yard drive right now, and the Rockets with their starting on their third first down.
Okay, Matt Phillips under center once again for the Rockets. Takes the handoff. Does the right. Kendrick has some room. Nice juggle step there. Breaks 1 tackle, stays on his feet, tries to gain more. Going to pick up about 9 on that carry. Rockets, tell you what, Bob, if that had been on the wide side of the field, that play had some room there.
Well, I tell you what, you don't want to take anything away, but the cornerback, and he's just a sophomore, would just bid on the other play going the other way, and Matt Phillips once again with a big block on the safety and could have been a big run.
Exactly right. Phillips done a great job blocking there. Hands off to Hatton over the left side, hit it right at the line of scrimmage and goes nowhere. 58 on the stop that time for the Eagles. That was number 58 on the stop. Osborne on the stop for the Eagles. He's a senior on the defensive side of the ball for the Golden Eagles. Hatton and Hutchison in the backfield offensively for the Rockets. Phillips takes the long count, says Hut. And the Eagles jump off sides, Bob. Should be another Rocket first down.
Well, I'm telling you what, Bob. It's a wild call because Wellston comes up, the linemen immediately go down in set position. The quarterback gets under center and goes set, go. They're that quick every time. Then when he comes up and goes set, go, and nobody moves, the defense reacts to it just every time we've seen this play.
That's a play that we've seen the Rockets do successfully all year long. Coach Blackstone, knowing that the Eagles were anticipating the call, and great timing again, and great call that time by Coach Blackstone and the coaching staff. Phillips and company under center once again. Hatton and Hutchison comes to the Hutchison on the right side. Turns the corner, stiff arms one guy, gets out of bounds. And we just lost the coffee mug and everything. Hutchison on the carry around the right side, gains about 6 on the play, brings the ball out to the Rocket 45-yard line where this play started down around the 3 or 4 yard line of the Rockets. 10:37 to go in second quarter action. Phillips under center once again, hands off the Hatton up the middle, going to gain 2 or 3 on that carry, and then being swarmed under by a whole host of Belpre Golden Eagles, Bob.
Well, I want to apologize to whoever I hit with my thermos as I came out of there, but Rockets looking at third and very short. Matt Hatton hits the hole quicker than anybody I've seen around here in a long time.
Hatton doing a super job again tonight for the Rockets. Again, this 4-4 defense, the Rockets not able to move the ball as well as what we'd like to see, but doing a good job so far. Phillips takes the handoff, hands the Hatton over the right side, fumbles the ball. See who comes up with it here. Belpre recovers. This is something, Bob, maybe I spoke too soon tonight. Hatton has not seen the fumble bugaboo from early part of the season, and tonight comes up in the first half so far with 2 fumbles. We need to hang on to it just a little bit better.
Well, and I think that the coaches will make those adjustments, but Matt Hatton's just trying to get every yard. We've noticed Kendrick doing the same thing. They're really extending themselves, and anytime you get the ball away from your body, you're in trouble.
That's true. Rockets backs trying to get the extra yardage tonight. Okay, Struthers under center for the Eagles. Long count. Takes the snap, pitches to his tailback. Goes over the right side. Not a lot of room there again either, as he's going to gain maybe 2 on the carry.
Early on, Bub, they have gone away from Joe Ziegler. When they're running at the Stewart brothers, which is no small task in itself. But Joe Ziegler, they want no part of him early on.
Okay, back in huddle, we have an official timeout. We're going to hold it right here, though.
They're going to get 55 out of there.
Okay, we have an injury on the play. Eagle injury going out right now, number 55. Try to get his name for you. That's Ramsey. He's a senior. That could be very costly for them tonight. He might be hearing the bell ring-a-ling upstairs just a little bit. Okay, Struthers, the left-handed quarterback for the Eagles, breaks huddle. Back in his backfield is number 3, that's Hunes. Puts 81 in motion to the right. Struthers takes a snap, rolls to his right, sets up, throws over the left side, pass in and out of the hands of the intended receiver that time, number 81 for the Golden Eagles, to be incomplete. Keith was the intended receiver. Derek Wallace was the defender on that play. Could have been a first down, but no catch.
And I take my hat off to Derek Wallace. There was one time when Derek Wallace had a player extended and could have really cleaned his clock, but Derek learning on that you don't want to maybe risk to getting that penalty. Smart play by Derek Wallace.
Okay, Struthers breaks huddle for the Eagles. Same backfield. Puts 81 in motion to his left. We have some movement, but no flag. There we got the flag. Struthers sets up. He's going to get pounded. Fumble. Rockets recover by number 63, Morgan Stevens. Great heat that time by 86, Ben Heiser, Bob, and Morgan Stevens.
Well, that's Ben the Body Heiser, and he has just really, I mean, we keep saying this, that people probably at home are getting sick of this same talking about how these guys are going to another level. But if you've been around Rocket football in the good times and the bad times, you're amazed with the change. And I hate to say this because it's going to sound really crass, but Coach Blackstone's statement was, Wellston's always had good kids.
Right. And that's exactly right. As Coach West has the defense down talking to him right now for some reason. But here we go. Rockets take over off of the fumble. Ball on the Eagles' 36-yard line. Phillips under center. Hands off the Hutch over the right side. Breaks one tackle. Still tries to gain some yards. He's going to gain about 4 on the carry, Bob.
Almost 5. Hutch, once again, this little sophomore is really coming into his own. We're seeing him become more of a physical runner. He was more of a jerky run, and I don't mean a jerky in a bad sense, but sort of a skitter-scatter runner. Now I think the coaching staff have him convinced that he's big enough and strong enough that he can give a lick.
Okay, Phillips under center. Hands off the Hutch. Going to run the counter as Kendrick tries to go to the right side. Doesn't get nowhere, and he gets pancaked real quick and going to lose yardage. The Rockets are there. That's a play, Bob, that the Eagles have scouted very well.
Well, they have to scout that one there, but what it's going to do, it's going to make Hutchison a much better ball player. Looking now at a 3rd and 11.
Rockets have their work cut out for them here. And again, this 44 defense wreaking havoc on the Rockets tonight, although the Rockets on top of the Eagles 7-0 here in the second half. 8 minutes away from halftime. Kendrick in motion. Phillips fakes to him. Phillips keeps it, turns it upfield, going to gain 1 yard, 2 yard, and that one's coming back. Going to be a hold on the Rockets, Bob, looks like.
Well, he dropped a hanky in that hold territory, so they're going to bring this one back, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 25.
Again, we're seeing some pretty decent officiating so far early on here tonight, Bob. We don't like to see the penalties against the Rockets, but they're pretty obvious, and you have to call it where you see it. With 8:08 left to go in the first half, Rockets on top of the Eagles 7-0. Again, Bob, we want to talk a little bit about this 4-4 defense of the Eagles. Rockets haven't seen this so far this year and kind of having a little bit of trouble picking this up. I'm sure they'll make this adjustment at halftime.
Well, what we've seen most of the year has been that 52 or that 53, and the Rockets, like you say, Buff, don't see normally 8 people on the inside. It's usually just 7, and it looks like that the Belpre defense made some changes. It looks like they're playing Busey both ways now, so they've got their big 300-pound kid in here on defense.
Phillips hands off He's going to keep it broken play, tries to pick up some yardage. He's going to get maybe 3 back out of that, where Rockets are going to be faced with the 4th down. Takes the ball down inside over the midfield line in Belpre Golden Eagle territory, where Rockets are going to be faced with 4th down and about 18.
Nelsonville or Belpre making some changes as they're putting people with people. They're putting their big people on our right side.
Wallace's snap, good snap. Pretty decent punt by Wallace. It's going to take a rocket bounce, going to bounce down there. And it's going to roll dead about on the 10-yard line of the Eagles, where Rockets defense will come on the field. We're going to send it back to the station for a quick 30-second timeout. Well, welcome back, Rocket fans. Golden Eagles take over on their own 10-yard line. Struthers takes a snap, rolls to his right, sets up, throws out into the flats, has a man, but that one's going nowhere as the Rockets pretty much manhandled that one. And again, we're seeing a lot of number 56 tonight, Bob, Dusty Rhodes.
Well, we knew last week that Meigs tried to exploit that little pass behind the linebackers, and early on, both Jeremy Hill and Dusty Rhodes have picked up the guy sliding across. Gain of 2 on the play.
Like to see the Rockets get a little more pass rush in there that time, but I guess if it only goes for 2 yards, we don't have a whole lot to worry about at this time yet. Struthers and company breaks huddle. 48 in the backfield for the Eagles. Try to get his name for you here in just a moment. Struthers takes a snap, pitches to his left, and again swarmed by the Rocket defense. Ran right at number 78 that time, which was a mistake. Joe Ziegler on the stop again, as well as number 56, Dusty Rhodes again.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're Ben Heiser, I suppose when you say your prayers at night, you sort of think the man up above that you got to Joe Ziegler as your tackle, because it's really let Ben be able to freelance some. It's now we're seeing something trips here by the Eagles.
Nathan Arthur's in at defensive back as well. Struthers sets up, throws over the middle, picked off by 56, Dusty Rhodes. He's going to take it in for 6, takes it to the house. Oh, my goodness, he caught him down. Looks to be an obvious touchdown from here, but the official calls it down, Bob, on about the foot line.
Well, if Dusty listens to the replay, we gave you 6, Dusty. They took it away from you. But regardless, a great interception. And we talk about what a hitter Dusty Rhodes is, but we forgot that he was a fullback last year, and he really jumped right back into that fullback mode. Maybe we're going to call him we'll call him the little cat. He's like Katzenmoyer. He's a kid that played offense and defense, but likes defense better.
He's the kitty cat. Phillips takes a snap, hands off the hat and over the right side. Touchdown, Rockets. 5:51 to go here in the first half. Rockets put 6 more on the board after a Dusty Rhodes interception. Takes it down to about the 1-foot-yard line, and Matt Hatton finishes it off for the Rockets and goes in for 6. Rockets 13, Golden Eagles 0. 5:51 to go here in the first half. You are listening to Golden Rocket Football on WYPC AM 1330 and your local cable channel 15. John Wayne Fortner on to do the extra point. Good snap, kick up, kick good. Make it 14-0 Rockets. 5:51 to go. We're going to send it back to the station again for a word from our sponsors. Hey, Bob, can you grab me a Diet Pepsi or something? Coffee would be good. That'd be fine. One to go in the first half. John Wayne Fortner ready to kick off, ball on his own 40-yard line. Back deep for the Eagles, number 12. And number 23 takes it on about the 10-yard line, sets up the wedge to the right side. Going to be hit early by number 35, Hank the Wedge Breaker Hager, as he was the first man once again down the field on the stop. 23 on the carry, West for the Eagles, but he didn't get too far. For Hank the Wedge Breaker Hager gets down quick to make the initial contact. Struthers and company takes over on their own 23-yard line. Rockets 14, Eagles 0. Struthers breaks huddle. King in the backfield, or West rather, in the backfield for the Eagles. Struthers rolls to his left, throws out in the flats, has a man open out there. Going to be enough for a first down. Going to gain about 20 on the play, actually. Number 3 on the reception, as that was a bootleg pass. for the Eagles. Number 3 was the intended receiver, and he made the catch, was Ian Hines. He's a senior. Tight end, he's 6'3", 187 pounds, so brings the ball out to the Golden Eagle 44-yard line. Secondary went for the original fake on that play, and the bootleg the Eagles ran that time and gained for about 20. 5:25 to go in the first half. Rockets on top, 14-0. Struthers under center, puts King in motion to the right. Had some movement, but no flag, and that play is going absolutely nowhere. But fumble on the play. The officials calling it down. I don't think, Bob, that was too bad of a call. I believe that the running back possibly was down on that play. Good call.
Well, I think what the coaches are saying, the ball's live, you blow the whistle, and that's the argument that Coach Blackstone. But even when you lose this one, the next one is pretty close. You know where it's going to go.
4:55 to go in the first half. Again, the Eagles try to run to the side of number 78, Joe Ziegler, Bob, and didn't get anywhere.
Tell you what, they just better stay away from him.
Second down 10 for the Eagles. New tailback, 42 tailback. We'll get his name for you. Struther stops back. Under heavy pressure, goes down. Number 90, Troy Stewart. Number 78, Joe Ziegler again, Bob.
Well, Mr. Left and Mr. Right. Ziegler from the left side and Troy Stewart from the right side. And what you have to understand, folks at home, they're keeping 2 backs into block. They're running 2 guys out, so the Rockets down 5 people are beating their 7 people.
Rockets doing a great job. Like to continue to see the pass rush heavy at this time. West again in at tailback. Struthers under center, takes a snap, rolling to his right. Not a lot of pressure this time, has some time, throws deep down the field. A lot of coverage under there, but nobody. I'll tell you what, great defensive coverage again, Bob, as Nayland Arthur's read that one very well as number 12, Derek Wallace.
Well, actually, if there would have been interference, it looked like the offensive guy pushed off at the end against Nayland Arthur. But what a change for Nayland Arthur.
Nayland coming back from an injury against Unionota a few weeks back, and just a little slow coming back still yet, as you can see, maybe a little catch in his giddy up there, as the old boy would say. Back punting for the Eagles, number 63. LZ doing the punting. Back deep for the Rockets, Kendrick and Brennan. Short punt that time, but takes a Eagle bounce. It touched him, looked like, but the official didn't see it. Going to roll down on about the 24-yard line of the Rockets, where Rockets take over on downs, Bob.
Well, once again, what can you ask more from a defense? They give up 20 yards on a trick play, come right back and stun them, and I mean stun them. And the Rockets get it 1st and 10 at their own 25 with 3:46 to go, and they lead at 14-0, Bub.
Like to see the Rockets get at least 7 more on the board before half. 3:46 to go in the first half. Phillips under center, hands off to Hutchison over there. No, Arthurs. Oh, my goodness. He got stuck pretty good that time by number 81 of the Eagles. And that's Keith on the stop for the Eagles. Not after Nayland picked up about 5 on the carry, Bob.
Well, Bub, that's a great tackle, but Keith has been playing the corner. They've made some substitutions. They moved some folks around, and they've got some different bodies in there that were supposed to start. They had to put Keith now at the corner.
Phillips hands off to the waggle play. Kendrick's around the right side. He's taking that one to the house. That one's not even going to be close. The Belpre Golden Eagles just gave up running after Kendrick had a 10-yard head start, Bob. They just quit running. Kendrick just went about 65 yards for the score for the Rockets.
Well, if you're from Belpre and you've watched the films, you're not going to outrun Matt Kendrick. There's not too many people in this league that are going to catch him.
I tell you what, I haven't seen that. My goodness gracious, Kendricks just broke a big one.
You know, when you called...
We came with a doctor's note.
Yeah, we came. We brought a note, which I need from all...
To do the extra point duties. 3:05 to go in the first half. Rockets starting to open this one up. Fortner snap. Kick is up. Blocked. That one's blocked, so we're going to keep it at 20-0. 3:05 to go in the first half. Rockets on top, 20-0 over the Eagles. Welcome back, Rocket fans, to C.H. Jones Field, homecoming night here tonight, where the Golden Rockets on top of the Eagles now the Rockets starting to open it up in a big way, 20-0 with 3:05 to go in the first half. Interesting score to pass on to you now. Vinton County 6, Alexander 6 at Vinton County. John Wayne Fortner off End over end, we have a flag on the play. I'm getting excited. I like that score up north, Bob.
Bub, calm down, son. There's 3:05 to go here in the second quarter, and I think you're in that cardiac arrest territory. Rockets lead at 20-0, Bub, and we talked earlier, and this game by no means is over. But I'll tell you one thing. If Coach Blackstone can score 40, get ready, Eagles. You're going to get them, because we've seen too many times when you could have been playing those second and third teamers in the second and third quarters down here that he left the first team in and took them out with a minute to go. If he can beat you, he will.
Well, we've seen it. Coach Blackstone hasn't said anything about that tonight, but you can just feel it in the air. Coach Blackstone wanting some revenge here tonight. 3:05 to go in the first half. Rockets 20, Eagles nothing. Fortner's kick off the 35. Good end-over-end kick. Takes it on about the 15. Comes up the right side. Tries to get outside and plastered. Holy cow.
Here it comes.
Uh-oh, flag now. Late flag on the play. Reagan Evans just knocked the mustard out of the guy on the far side of the field, but a little bit too late, out of bounds.
No, I don't think so. I don't think the whistle had blown, and I think Reagan Evans extended himself and was pretty good hit.
See what the official's going to call here. Brings the ball out to about the 36-yard line, 37-yard line of the Eagles. 2:59 to go in the first half. Rockets trying to open it up big here. Defensive unit on the field right now. Again, 56. Dusty Rhodes, 54. Jeremy Hill, 86. Ben Heiser, 78. Joe Ziegler, 66. Branch Oosley, 63. Morgan Stevens. Try to get the guys on the far side. 90, Troy Stewart. 30, Nick Frisbee. 26, Sean Brennan. 5, Nayland Arthurs. And number 12 for the safety for the Rockets, Derek Wallace. That is exactly right. The call, personal foul on the Rockets. Pushes the ball across midfield down to a 46-yard line of the Rockets, where the Eagles take over in Rocket territory after that penalty. Struthers under center. West in the backfield. Struthers, long snap. Rolls back 5 steps. Throws out in the flats. Has a man. But not after 30. Nick Frisbee drops him. My goodness gracious. No. What a spot. Talk about a favorable spot. He got one there, Bob.
Well, it doesn't matter. He caught the ball, but he caught 3 Rockets. Nick Frisbee, Jeremy Hill, and our buddy Nayland Arthur.
Give him on a gain of 2 on the play. Second down, 8 on the 42. Struthers, long count, takes a snap, drops back 3. Heavy rush. Ziegler's in his face. Almost picked off that time by Nick Frisbee, but not after 78. Joe Ziegler said, how about it, Mr. Struthers?
Well, Joe, I will guarantee you the fourth quarter, this young Struthers kid will be playing like Sally Struthers, because he'll be running for his life.
No doubt about that. 2:24 to go in the first half. Rockets 20, Eagles 0. I guess payback could be the calling right now. West in the eye back for the Eagles. Struthers under center. Long count. Takes the snap. Rolls back 5. Pump fakes. Has a man. He's sacked. Going to be picked off by Jeremy Hill. He can take it all the way. Down the sideline he goes. That's going to be another 6 for the Rockets as Jeremy Hill picks it off and goes 60. 5 yards for 6 for the Rockets.
Well, I'll tell you what. Once again, we talked about the guys coming up the middle. Joe Ziegler does a great job, flushes him out. Ben Heiser gets a hand around, and Struthers just wanted rid of the football.
Our good buddy Jim Irvin joining us again tonight.
Bub, I just got up here, and I tell you, I'm enjoying this. It's been a long time since we've seen the Rockets play this kind of ball. We're getting the turnovers. We're doing things with points, and I look down on the field, and I see a whole bunch of blue and gold, and I see very little black and white. And that's something that we've waited a long time for, and it's happened, and the black and white's got their heads down right now.
No doubt about it. Rockets going for 2. Phillips takes a snap, doesn't go anywhere, though. Failed extra point conversion again for the Rockets, Bob. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us tonight.
Well, I don't think it will, because I think if you look at the score now, they still have to get 3 scores. So what he's making, if he gets to 2, he gets to 28, then they got to score 4 times. So what he did the smart thing. They're going for 2.
I don't think the Belpre Golden Eagle offense is that potent enough to be able to come back on us like Meigs did last week, Bob.
Well, now I don't know. Struthers, quite honestly, has shown me a lot of poise, and he's put the ball, when he's given the opportunity, he can put the ball out there. But what he hasn't had time is a whole lot of time to set up, and he's a pocket passer, and he's had some real trouble finding a pocket to pass from.
That's easy if you say. That's like Petey the Hissing Snake, right, Bob? Okay. Fortner ready to kick off for the Rockets. 2:10 to go in the first half. Rockets on top in a big way here, 26-0. Haven't seen this over Belpre. I don't know if we've ever had this kind of score over Belpre, guys.
Well, hang on, because it could get worse if it can get worse.
I think it can, and I hope it does. That's not a bipartisan decision there. Fortner approaches the ball. Beautiful kick. Down to about the 10-yard line is West. West tries to break it up. Oh, and he's pounded again. A whole host of Rockets getting in on some hitting action here, Bob, and we just see white jerseys rolling on the field and the blue jerseys doing the hitting.
John Wayne Fortner, all 135 pounds, just rolled a 250-pound tackle. And I'm telling you, when you get a team up to the place where they're playing at this level, watch out. And we're not going to say, whoa, Nelly. It's just watch out.
2:05 to go. First half, Rockets 26, Eagles nothing. Struthers under center with West at the eye back. Struthers drops back 3 steps, throws it out in the flats again. Incomplete. And the receiver was looking that time, heard some footsteps, Bob, and turned his head actually before the ball got there.
Well, he was looking to see who was coming because there was a herd of them coming. You had Fletcher Freelick Wallace coming, along with Nick Frisbee and Nayland Arthur. And I'll tell you what, we haven't talked about Nayland since Junior when he got hurt. But here's a young man who's come back and come back with a vengeance.
Okay, 2:01 to go in the first half. Struthers under center, 45 now at tailback. That's Spriggs. Struthers picked off again. That one can go for 6. Frisbee going to take that one to the house. Holy smoke. Rockets defense coming on in a mighty way. With 1:51 to go, Nick Frisbee read that one perfect, read the eyes of Struthers, picked it up, and he just went about 45 yards for 6.
Well, you talk about momentum changing. Momentum's come home and has built a house here in Wellston right now, as Belpre right now needs just to let the 1:51 run out. Coach Blackstone calls timeout, so with the timeout on the field, we're going to send it back to the station for a 30-second time out.
Welcome back, Rocket fans. What a change of events tonight, Bob, in the second quarter, and Larry Arthur just now joining us. Larry, what are you seeing on the sidelines?
I'm seeing, Bub, what Belpre's trying to do is throw these short little slant patterns, but the receivers aren't coming up with the passes. Plus, the Wellston pass rush and defensive line is just having their way with the Belpre Golden Eagle offensive line. Great penetration by Big Joe Ziegler, Ben Heiser, the Stewart boys are in there.
Phillips takes a snap. Hatton goes in for the extra point to make it 2. So, Bob, with 1:51 to go in the first half, Rockets putting a licking all over the Eagles.
And now you're 5 scores away if you're Belpre, and I know we're not counting. We're going to send it back to the station with the score. Wellston 34, Belpre nothing.
No, we're going to quit at 50.
No, we're not.
Let's keep it right here, folks. Rockets, Bob, defense coming up in a mighty big way here tonight, picking off some passes and taking them long yardage for 6.
Well, I know Coach Blackstone was not real pleased with the way Meigs could come up and throw those intermediate routes between the linebackers and those underneath of the secondary and behind the linebackers. Nick Frisbee stepped up, but so is the linebackers. They're dropping back and doing some real good pass coverage.
Fortner getting ready to kick off for the Rockets, and is going to do so off the 40. Beautiful kick again, end-over-end kick. Takes it back down by number 12 for the Eagles. Tries to come up the middle, and oh, man, I'm telling you, Bob, Rockets coming out and just putting a thumping on these guys on kickoffs, getting up off the bottom of the pile once again is our special team man, number 35, Hank, the wedge breaker, Hager.
Well, not only that, remember number 88, that's Tanner, and number 7, Reagan Evans, and we're not seeing too much of Reagan during the game other than these special teams, but what an unselfish hitter he is.
Great job that time again by the special team of the Rockets. Minute 46 to go in the first half. Rockets on top of the Eagles, 34-0. Struthers has to be talking to himself now. Takes a snap. They're going to try to keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got a little bit of running room that time, but not after a whole host of Rockets bring him down. Bob, that's the best running play we've seen the Eagles run so far tonight for 7 yards.
We're seeing some frustration now, and I hope this one's against it. It's going to be against the Rockets, but quite honestly, a lot of kicking going on in the pile, and Belpre right now needs a timeout. They need to take a knee and just get out of here.
Well, we have the official talking to Coach Blackstone, warning one of his players. You know, there's a lot of Belpre, no doubt, Bob, is feeling the same thing that we have in the past. They're not liking the licking that we're giving them now, and it's showing on the field right now.
A lot of frustration on Belpre's part, but you have to understand, Bob, for the last 6-7 years, Belpre's been in a position where they just sort of dominated us.
And the table has been turned as you see the Rocket fans on their feet. Tell you what, folks, it's great to see this here at C.H. Jones Field. No seating room at all here tonight. Bleachers are packed on the Rocket side, and very little. I mean, you can find a seat any place on the far side of the field.
You know, Bob, it's really good to see the numbers we've got now. For a while, we was the team with 25 and 30 kids. Now we've got 60, and everyone else has got 25 or 30 kids.
Just shows you what a little bit of coaching can do. Take your hat off to Coach Blackstone. Struthers under center. Pitches to his left. To West. Tries to get around the light side. He's going to gain about 6 on the carry. Give him 7. Still some extra hitting after the whistle by the guys in the white jersey, Bob. Don't quite understand this.
Oh, Bob, we're just going to take this beating that they're getting right now. Looks like Joe Ziegler might have gimped up a little bit on us. That's Dusty Rhodes. And don't worry, put a Band-Aid on Dusty. He'll be all right.
Second down and about a foot for the Eagles. Ball on the Rocket 36-yard line with 1:19 to go in the first half. Rockets on top, 34-0. Struthers takes a snap. Ziegler's in his face. How did he complete that? But he gets pancaked and plastered by number 30, Nick Frisbee. Nick's only a sophomore. Came up with a great stick, Bob. We got a flag on the play. What do you think it is?
It's procedure against the Eagles. It looked like the number 3 slid across.
That's exactly right. It looked like it was offensive pass interference that time on the Eagles. That's going to push them back. Not even going to be probably a 10, 15-yard penalty here. Going to knock them out of first down territory.
Should be a loss. Bob, I think on offensive pass, yes, that's a loss of down.
Loss of down.
Talk to Mike Jones. Get in here.
Come over here, Mike Jones. Mike Jones, an ex-Rocket man here, now linebacker, safety, utility man, you name it, Mike. How's things going at school at Tiffin?
Oh, they're doing great. I'm having a great year. It's my last year. Getting ready to get my degree. Hoping to have a good killer season this year and get a good job after I graduate.
We talked a little bit before the game tonight down there. Didn't seem like it was that long ago you was wearing the blue and gold.
No, it brings back a lot of memories, but the more things change, the more they stay the same. It just seems like yesterday I was just out here.
Stick around, Mike. We'll get you back on here in a second. Struthers fakes pass. He's got a major monster man on top of him again. My, Troy Stewart that time coming up from the backside. Troy just tossed him out of the way, Bob, and done a great job and sacked Struthers again.
Mike, won't you call that one for us on the defensive side? What happened?
Oh, the defensive end just clearly beat his man around the corner, and quarterback had no chance. The tackle was just outmatched that time by our defensive end.
With 40 seconds to go in the first half, Rockets 34, the Eagles nothing. They're going to go in at half, no doubt, Mike, licking their wounds.
Yeah, they're really struggling right now. Our defense is just smothering them. Great gang tackling tonight by the Rockets.
Punt is off, end over end punt. That's going out of bounds on the far side of the field, where it's going to go out of bounds on about the 44-yard line, I will call it 39-yard line of the Rockets, with 24 seconds left to go in the first half. Bob, you think Coach Blackstone will try to put 6 more on before half?
I think what you're going to see, get ready for Matt Kendrick.
Well, let's see if Bob calls it right. Matt, or Mike, tell us a little bit about what you've seen so far tonight from the Rockets. Do you think there's been a change?
Oh, yeah, they're playing really a lot more aggressive. The biggest difference, I think, is we're playing more like a team now, as in past. We had a lot of great athletes that come through in the past, but we just never seemed to play like a team. It was always an individual effort. Now it's more team-like.
No doubt we've seen as, I think it was Matt Hatton, the ball carrier on the last play, only getting about 1 on the play. That's going to wind it up here in the first half tonight. Mike, stick around. We'll get you on the air here in just again. But Belpre going in at halftime, licking their wounds.
A great grandson playing on that defensive line in Branch Oosley. And that's Stacia Oosley, a lady that's very dear to you and I. She is the mother of our good friend David Oosley, who is doing play-by-play for the good Lord right now, and we miss him. But Stacia, we just want to tell you hello and keep listening, and Bub and I are going to give this one to you. Well, we're ready to kick it off here. 12 minutes to go. John Wayne Fortner gets a nice end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded at the 20. With the ball is number 23, and he goes down in a hurry. And I tell you what now, this looks a little bit, Bub, early on, like Belpre's trying to circle the wagons, not trying to get anybody hurt.
Well, they're just trying to maybe play it safe and get out of here and lick their wounds and head to next week.
Number 23, Rick, was
Brad West.
He's just a youngster, too, getting an opportunity to field these. A junior. Belpre gets it first and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Score is Wellston 34, Belpre nothing, as Struthers comes up underneath center. We'll set that Rocket defense for you. Stewart, Stevens, Ziegler, and Heiser comes right up the middle. And a gain of about 3. Looks like Ring was the ball carrier. And they're going to give him a gain of about 4. We're going to give him 4 on the play.
That was a favorable mark, I thought, Bob. But anyway, Rockets defense set up here, second down and about 8.
Rick, I tell you, when you got a defense like Wellston, maybe you're better off just running at it.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is the first time I got a chance to look at them, Bob, and they look strong that play. They're quick.
They're very quick. Caught 2nd and 6. The ball right at the 35. Man in motion. Back to pass is Struthers. Struthers in a big hurry. Gets the ball out to King, and King makes a nice play, picks up the first down, but quite honestly, punished right there.
I seen an adjustment there that Belpre made at the half. They faked the opposite way. Normally, the quarterback, Struthers, rode with the play that time. He done a bootleg on that play and threw to his receiver in the right flat where there was no Rocket defender.
So that was Spriggs and not Ring as he picks up the first down. Ball right at the Eagle 44-yard line. 10 minutes, 56 seconds to go. Struthers under center. Comes right back to number 42, and that is Ring. And I tell you what, Nelsonville. Belpre's coming out playing very hard. This is a very talented and a team with a lot of pride as Ring picks up 4 on the play.
Well, I'm just happy, Bob, to see the score of what it is. I know Belpre has a lot of pride, but Wellston does too, and it's just great to see almost a perfect night here tonight at C.H. Jones Field. So many activities going on. You have alumni band, homecoming, the big thing tonight, and then a big victory on the way right now.
Well, we'll see if this game's like the one up at Belpre. Is it going to be two halves as Struthers comes under center. Comes back, he wants to throw. So he's getting a lot of pressure, and that one's knocked up in the air, and that was by not Troy Stewart, but his little brother, Tank Stewart.
His little brother, which is a little bit bigger than him. I guess it must be nice for Kyle to be able to look his big brother right in the nose and say, "Hi, big brother."
And here's a guy who's playing, had not played football, Rick, and he's a junior, but quite a basketball player. And do you subscribe to the theory that if you play football and play defense, it doesn't hurt your basketball game at all?
No, in fact, basketball players make awfully good football players. I remember Ray Gillen from when I was coaching basketball here did a great job coming out for football.
Hunes in motion, and the flag on the play looks like they called the Rockets, so it's going to be offsides against the Rockets.
I seen a counter play coming that we haven't seen the first half on that play. Belpre was going to run 81 back to the strong side of their line as the quarterback Struthers done a reverse spin out and was coming back to our side. So that's a new play also that we haven't seen the first half.
I tell you, with either one of the RNs early on, you don't want to run back at them because they're pretty well coached in staying home. So we're going to call it 3rd and 2 now. The ball at the Rocket 47-yard line. Eagles bring Humes in motion as they put The wing back in the slot comes up the middle, and that's Ring. Ring breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and goes down in a hurry, but gets inside the Rocket 35 down to the 34. So another first down for the Eagles. Branch usually coming in the ball game as he's getting an opportunity to play a little bit, giving Troy Stewart a little bit of a break. They're running right now behind the big 304-pound tackle Busey, the senior.
Well, if he's 304 pounds, I'm 404 pounds.
I tell you what, he's not a small kid. First and 10 at the Rocket 34. Struthers wants to throw, rolls back, got a man open, and that's Ring. Ring stays, or Spriggs stays on his feet. And there comes a flag, and that's the one thing Belpre did not need. That's going to be a personal foul. It's going to be a unsportsmanlike or a clip against a Belpre player as takes a first down away, and they're going to bring it back.
Well, again, frustration setting in early on the Eagles with 9:19 to go in the third quarter. Frustration setting in already on the Eagles.
It looks like the Eagles might have been challenged at halftime by their coaches of either folding the tents up or coming to play, and it looks early on that they responded to a positive challenge. It looks like a clip in the back, and they're going to bring it back. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike late hit. It's going to be a 15-yard mark-off, so instead of the ball being at the 24, it's going to be all the way out now at 44.
Well, Belpre doing a lot of bootleg passing right now, Bob, that we're seeing. Struthers faking to his fullback up the right side and just tucking it on his hip a little bit and rolling back about 7 yards and throwing out to the flats. See what he does here, 3rd and long.
Looks like the Rockets not sending their linebackers like they did in the first half either. Now we have a play. And he's going to say, did he get the first down, and was it after the call? And the guy's going to say no. They're going to give him, they're going to say the play happened during the run, so it was not a dead ball call. Had it been after the call, it would have been a first down. They'd rocked the back 10, had been 1st and 10. Struthers coming back. Here comes number 81 on the pitch, and he goes no place, and a flag down, either in that holding territory or maybe in that face mask.
Well, it looked like number 78, Joe Ziegler, was held from behind, but we'll see what the call is here. Going to be face mask. No. Good right. Hold.
Holding on the Eagles, and Rick, you know, when you get some positive yardage, you pick up 3 quick first downs, then you come back with 2 major penalties. Now you're looking at 1st and 37 or 27.
Back breakers.
33 Sowers, Matt Sowers in the ball game right now for the Rockets.
Jeremy Hill not happy to leave, but I'm telling you, Matt Sowers deserves to play some minutes out there. Here's a kid that they had written off as out for the season with an ACL, rehabbed himself back, wanted to be back for the 5th game, and was there, Bub.
Well, when I seen the Rockets out practicing on the field, I turned around and seen Matt Sowers over on the running track, riding his bike, getting right back in shape.
So it's going to be 1st and they got a 20. 1st and 20 as they put Haynes in motion. Number 81 comes in motion.
45.
Ring, the ball carrier. And I'll tell you what, he's paying a price, but this guy's a real gutty player as they brought Keith in motion.
Reagan Evans is playing in a little bit of a pain out there tonight. I don't know exactly what's wrong with him, but after every hit, he's holding his left arm for some reason.
I'll tell you what that's from. He brings his left arm all the way down about the ground to come up and lay a lick on some people, and he hits those helmets with that bare arm because he'll put a lick. He's the closest thing he's like Jack Tatum used to use that forearm. Second and 15. Back to pass. Struthers. Here comes a whole host of Rockets. Struthers gets it off, and Matt Sowers, quite honestly, showed a little bit of compassion on number 45, Steve Spriggs.
He could have stretched him out on that play, no doubt. And I think he also was thinking interception on that play.
He almost had it.
I tell you what, Nick Frisbee, another kid who isn't the biggest kid in the world, but I tell you, he'll hit you in a heartbeat. So it brings up a 3rd and 15. And the Rockets seem to be just getting stronger and stronger as we go here. And we pointed out that conditioning had been a big factor for them all year as they play approximately 23, 24 kids in that mix, Bub.
Well, you've got that many kids coming at you. You have to be have some stability there.
8 minutes to go. Ball at the Belpre 46. They're looking at a 3rd and 15. Struthers counters back to number 81, and that's going to be Keith. Keith stays on his feet, gets a break, goes all the way down, picks up the first down, and Reagan Evans makes possibly a game-saving or a touchdown-saving tackle.
Well, again, that was a trick play that the Eagles ran. It was a fake pitch handoff counter back to number 81. Good play, called a trick play, whatever. It worked. First down for the Eagles.
Okay, Brennan looks like he's going to leave for a play. Looks like he has an ouchie ankle. Nayland Arthur getting an opportunity to play, and this is a defensive set we don't see with both Evans and Arthur in the ballgame. Ball all the way down to the 23, 1st and 10 for the Eagles as they bring them left and right. Struthers puts Keith in motion, going to pick it, quick pitch, and he's drugged down by Ben the Body Heiser, and that's number 23 for the Eagles. That's Brad West, and here's a guy that wasn't listed in the probable starters, but we've seen a lot of Brad West.
Well, I've watched Ben Heiser all year long as Coach Blackstone worked with him on that defensive end spot, fighting off the block, and Ben done a great job that time fighting off the defender and making his way back into the backfield for a great play, defensive play for Ben Heiser.
Ring back in the ball game. He's a junior, 5'11", 167. Struthers has him split left and right. He'll want to throw as he fakes. Here comes, he's going, and he got it away in a hurry, but that was Tank Stewart, not Troy, but that was Tank that time.
Well, Kyle coming through and put some heat on the quarterback that time, and he just had to throw it away to get rid of it.
Well, Rick, it looked like Troy Stewart might have had some defensive pass coverage there.
Yeah, he was back in coverage. We had 2 men there that were closer to the ball than any Belpre receiver.
Okay, in the ball game now is number 4. That's Kyle Hamilton. And the Eagles are looking at a 3rd and 12, 7 minutes, 2 seconds to go. They have a 3rd and 12 at their rock at 25 as they bring West out to the right. Going to pass is Struthers. Struthers throwing back deep in the end zone and broken up by a great play by Nayland and Nellman Arthur.
Well, the Rockets had 3 defenders back there, and the Eagles had 2 players in the end zone, but we're seeing a strong arm from Struthers. He threw that one in the air, 35 yards and almost 6 for the Eagles, but the Rockets knocked it away there at the last minute.
So that sounds like a law firm. Evans, Wallace, and Arthur back there on the coverage.
Arthur made a tremendous comeback. He covered a lot of ground the last 10 yards to get that ball. Just almost got an interception.
Field goal.
Well, on to do the kicking here is number 63. That's LZ. But Struthers likes to throw from this. And the ball is down. The kick's up. LZ gets it up, and it's going to be short. And the Rockets will get great field position now at the Eagle 25.
Well, that was a 41-yard attempt and didn't miss by much. Nice-looking kick that time by their kicker, where the Rockets are going to take over 1st and 10.
Well, the Rockets get it for the first time. A 5-minute drive, Rick, that comes up short.
It was a well-conceived drive. It looks like they must have made some great adjustments at halftime, but Wellston filled it up and played ball when they had to.
I'll tell you what, these kids, quite honestly, have responded well. Rockets get it 1st and 10 at their own 20. 6 minutes, 49 seconds to go. They lead it 34-0. Nayland Arthur turns the corner. He's up over the 25. He's at the 30 and stays on his feet, and the official missing a mask there. And this is going to be a clip. No, they're going to call it a clip on the Rockets, I believe.
Holy cow.
Negates a great play, and that's the way it always goes. It's going to be at about the 26-yard line. They'll take it all the way back, and it'll be close to the 11 or 12. 6 minutes, 42 seconds to go. They're going to walk this one off against the Rockets. The Rockets lead it 34-0. And going to half the distance at the 13. Rockets now will be looking at a 1st and 17. Look for Kendricks to the wide side.
Let's make a point here. Belpre's had the ball the whole 3rd quarter. Rockets just now taking over on possession with a 2nd down.
Matt Phillips under center. Brings it back. Here comes Kendrick. Kendrick stays on his feet, tripped up. Or that one could have been a big hurt for the Eagles. Looks like Kendrick was hit and couldn't keep his stance.
Well, shoestrings tackle, but it doesn't matter how you tackle him. He came down, or Kendrick could have taken that one to the house.
6 minutes, 15 seconds to go. The Rockets lead it 34-0. They looking at a 2nd and 15 at their own 15. Back in motion, comes right back up the middle. Matt Hatton's going to pick up maybe 4 or 5 on the play. And Reggie Alexander coming all the way from Reggieville back into that secondary. And these Rocket offensive linemen are not stopping.
Well, I've seen that all night tonight. And matter of fact, I've seen it all year. Rockets not stopping on the first block.
3rd and 12. 5:47 to go. The Rockets looking at 3rd and 12. Phillips makes a bad pitch, picked up by Kendrick, and Kendrick will get very few, and that should have been a...
No doubt.
That should have been a penalty right there. Matt Hatton, rather, picks it up. So it's going to bring 4th and 11, the ball at the 19. On to do the punting is Derek Wallace, and boy, has this guy just done a super job. Back deep for the Eagles are West and Burnfield. Nice snap, ball's down, the kick's up, and what a punt, folks, all the way to 45, and Burnfield called for a fair catch at the last moment. Bob, that baby goes from the 11 all the way to the 45, so from the scrimmage line, it's about a 45-yard punt, and they had 11 onto it.
Well, Derek Wallace, no doubt, is going to be highly recruited for his punting, no doubt. He has helped the Rockets out numerous times this season with his leg just by punting the ball. Not to mention defense.
That was a 46-yard punt and no return, and this Wallace just gets better and better. They bring Humes to the wide to the right. They put Trips out. Struthers wants to throw, going to come back to the short guy, gets it out there to West, and West, unfortunately, should not have done that. Down on the ground for the Rockets is Troy Stewart, and he just looks like he...
maybe took a shot to the midsection.
And here comes a guy, I tell you, he'll be, if they give him an opportunity, that's Tanner. And I've watched this kid play as a senior. He's a great practice player, but this young man loves the game. Watch him on that left side, folks.
Stewart not wanting to come out on that play, wanting to stay in there.
I don't blame him, because you get out here, you may not get back in. Tanner in there. Eagles looking at a 2nd and 11. Struthers under center. He wants to throw short. And the ball's loose.
What? Oh, my goodness. No way.
Well, guys, we're not going to talk about the officiating, but there was a play that Struthers was definitely touched by an angel on that one as he got that one forward, and that was big. Who was that?
I didn't catch the number, but I tell you what, it was a fumble.
Looked like Joe Ziegler coming right up the middle, and I'll tell you, we're going to call his name more and more because he gets stronger as he plays these two-way players. And we're at 4:13 here in the 3rd quarter. Look for him to just pin his ears back and go. Struthers under center. He's going to fake the pitch, bring it right back to that play to number 85. What? Oh, my gracious. That was Keith. And Keith broke it around.
I tell you what, I'd almost have to play Reagan Evans all the time. This guy's, he's like Hank the wedge breaker Hager. He'll tear your head off.
Well, we can't say he is a Jack Tatum type player. He's just a little paler. What do you think, Rick?
A little bit. You know what? I remember Reagan played ball with my son Ryan up at Athens in the 8th grade, and he was a hitter then.
Well, it looks like Belpre will punt it. They may go to the short guy. They got Ring, and that's exactly what you're going to do, and Ring's going to pick it up. As he goes down, gets it by about a yard. Give Belpre a lot of credit there as they keep the drive alive.
Well, they have to, down by 34 with 3:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. Rockets still on top.
Well, Jim, if you were down 34 here with 3:29 to go, what would you do?
You got to throw the ball. And whenever you throw the ball, that gives everyone a shot at it. And we saw what happened in the first half. I just going to say, Bob, I don't know if you've noticed or if you've mentioned it or not, but you were talking about Reagan Evans. He's not 100% out there. I mean, if you watch him, he's dragging that one arm, but every time he looks at the sideline, the coach acts like he wants to bring him out. All of a sudden, he gets better.
Struthers back to pass. A little timing pattern and a great catch by number 81. That's our good friend Keith. He's a senior, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. So the ball now inside the Rocket 40 down to about the 36. 2nd and 2, 2:50 to go, 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go. In the third quarter, the Rockets lead at 34-0. Now take your hats off to Belpre as they have responded well. They put trips to the right. They have twins left and right and put Ring in the slot. They'll throw for it. They're going to throw it, and that ball's pitched up, and that's number 12. There's the clip coming back. Catch made by number 12. That's Burnfield, and this one's going to go back. It's going to be 2nd and about 12.
Well, again, we're seeing a great piece of throwing by Struthers. When he has time to throw, he's a pretty accurate thrower, and he has good arm strength, Bob.
Well, you know, the other thing that we find quite pondering here is Belpre has showed us, I would say, 18 or 19 different formations.
Well, no doubt about it, and the Rocket defense holding right in there. Again, take away a couple plays here of gain of 10 or 15 yards on a couple different occasions. The Rockets basically shutting them down.
So they're going to walk this one back, and that's a big walk-off all the way from our 37 back to their 45.
Belpre has had the ball the entire third quarter with the exception of about 3 minutes, folks, and still haven't been able to get any yardage.
2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Belpre looking at a 2nd and 19 at their own 46. Struthers under center. He'll want to throw. He gets a big rush, and he's going to go down again. And that's, who is that? That's Joe Ziegler. And a lot of frustration on the Eagles' part. And I'm telling you, they're talking to Benny Heiser, but it's not Ben's fault, as he has really gotten into the head of the tackle, Ramsey, as Ben's beat him all night, and Ramsey now wanting to take the helmets off and fight. And anytime you're doing that, you're hurting. 3rd and 23.
Well, I think this is a major factor. Belpre hasn't been beat like this year, I don't think.
1 minute, 37 seconds to go. 3rd and 23. Belpre brings receivers left and right, wide. A little movement there. No call, and Ring goes down in a hurry. As Ring goes down, as he draws the lovely and talented Morgan Fairchild Stevens, and Stevens mops up quite well.
And number 56, Dusty Rhodes, again on the stop.
Well, if we're going to talk about linebackers, that's mentioned number 33, Matt Sowers. Another great job.
You know, Bob, you just mentioned Ben Heiser. I think Ben Heiser's why you let Joe Ziegler do things he does. Ben kind of solidifies everything on this side. Nothing's going to get away from him, and Joe can go and do his thing.
Well, a nice kick by the Eagles as they're going to let it go all the way inside the 25, down about the 24. It'll be 1st and goal or 1st and 10. That's wishful thinking for the Rockets at their own 23.
With only 45 seconds to go in the first quarter, this is only going to be the 5th play that the Rockets have ran the whole third quarter. But again, the Rockets able to keep the Belpre Eagles out of the end zone virtually third quarter with no yardage.
Well, I think what happened, Coach Blackstone looked up and saw Rick Perdue here, and he's going to button up the offense. Coming right back. Flag on the play. Nayland Arthur going to have another good run. And that one's early. It looks like it's in that illegal procedure place. And I don't want to start berating anyone, but at this point, you don't need to have the flags coming every time. This is the kind of game you just really want to get over. Ball start against the Rockets, and it's going to make it a 1st and 15. And once again, I don't know who the guy is on our side of the field, and I don't know what he gets paid, but he ought to go back into the middle and say, guys, I want $5 or $10 of your money too, because he is really being enlightened on every play by Coach Blackstone and his crew here.
Coach Blackstone is explaining the penalty to him.
35 seconds to go. Wellston leads at 34-0 as they're looking at a 1st and 15 from their own 18. Phillips under center. He's going to bring it back. Comes right up the middle. That's Kendrick, and Kendrick skitterbugs all the way out to about the 30. And I'll tell you what, once again, his feet come out from underneath him, Bub.
Well, I think he tripped over the chalk on the line there. No, just joking. Shoestring tackle again made, and Matt thought he should have had a touchdown on that as he pounded the ground as he got up.
We have an official timeout. Looks like an equipment injury. The Rockets will probably just let it run out. Yeah, Coach Blackstone says we're ahead 34-0. We don't need this play. So with time expiring in the third quarter, Wellston leading 34-0. We're going to send it back to the station for a 30-second timeout.
Mr. Jim Irvin and Rick Perdue. I think Rick's scouting us tonight, Jim, huh?
We don't. If Rick's scouting us, Bub, we haven't got a thing to worry about.
I'm just kidding, folks. Just kidding. Phillips takes a snap, hands off to his tailback. Looked like Matt Hatton on the carry, going to pick up maybe 2 on the carry. Call it 3rd down and about 2, Jim.
Yeah, I think this is time for Mr. Hatton. You believe, Bub?
I'll tell you what, he carried the load last week with 11:42 to go in the contest. Could we see Hatton left, Hatton right? Let's see what happens here. Phillips breaks huddle. You have Hutchison and Hatton in the backfield. Phillips hands off up the middle. No fake. Phillips around the right side. Tell you what, the Eagles, Jim, looked like they were going to go for the fake with Hatton up the middle, and Phillips just tucking on his hip and went around the right side for the 1st down.
I think we all, the fans out there might have heard a little bit of silence. I don't think anyone in this box knew where the ball was at that time, Bub.
Good play action that time by Matt Phillips. Okay, Hutchison and Hatton still in the backfield. Hands off goes to Hatton over the left side. Not a whole lot of running room doing that time. Gain maybe of 1 on the play. Belpre doing a pretty decent job shutting down the run of the Rockets so far here in the second half. Give Hutchison a gain of about 1 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 9 for the Rockets. Ball on their own 38-yard line. 10:54 to go in the contest. Look for the ball possibly to go to Kendrick here. Haven't seen him in a while. Let's see what happens. Phillips under center. Puts Kendrick in motion. Comes to Kendrick to the left side. Has some running room. Kicks in the afterburners. Does 1 move, 2 moves. Picks up the 1st down. Gain of about 13 on the carry. Takes the ball over midfield. Takes it down to the Marauder 46-yard line.
Isn't it fun, Bub, to sit there and watch the Rockets for a change, and we know what we're going to do, and everybody knows what they're going to do, and it's still good for 15 yards?
And they can't stop it. That's what's the good feeling.
The big thing, I think, Bub, what we're seeing in the last couple of years as opposed to really, except for Coach Fife, we're seeing some excellent line play from the Rockets, and that's something that we've lacked, like I said, except for the 5 years.
Phillips puts Kendrick in motion. Goes to Arthurs over the right side. Hits the hole pretty quick. Going to gain about 3 on that carry. Rockets running with the quick hitters right now. Nayland Arthur seeing some action right now at tailback, giving Chris Hutchison a break. Give him a gain of about 3. Call it 2nd down and 7 with 10:17 to go in the contest. Rockets on top big, 34-0 over the Belpre Golden Eagles. Phillips hands off to Arthurs over the left side. Picks his hole. Going to gain another 3 or 4 on the carry. Takes the ball down to the Golden Eagle 40-yard line. Call it 3rd down and about 3. Clock still ticking away. Obviously, Bob, the Rockets going to come away with the victory here tonight, but we'd sure like to see the offense punch another one in here.
When you got fresh legs in Nayland Arthur, and he's just getting an opportunity, and look at him run.
Hatton up the middle, bounces off 1 tackle, but stopped there again. Going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage, no gain. See what Coach Blackstone goes for here. Ball's in pretty good territory. Going to be faced with 4th down and still 3. No gain on the play, Bob. Do they go for it or punt it away here?
Well, with the score being Wellston 34 and Belpre nothing, I'd say let's go for it.
Okay, pass on some quick scores for you. Jackson over Warren Local, 40-0. Back to you in just a second. Phillips puts Kendricks in motion. Comes to the left side, has all kinds of daylight. Stops, puts 1 move on, and a late hit out of bounds and no flag. Going to pick up the 1st down. Takes the ball down to the Eagles' 30-yard line. I tell you what, I've got my little partner here with me tonight, Jared Bruce. He's my pal. He goes around with me everywhere tonight. Jared, do you like the Rockets?
Yes, I do.
You're a big Rocket fan, aren't you?
Yes.
All right, that's Jared Norris, big Rocket fan. Phillips under center. Hands it to Arthurs over the right side. He's got a little running room. He's going to gain 4 or 5 on that carry, Bob.
Well, the big thing about that carry is last year that would have been a 1-yard gain. This time it's going to pick up almost 3, maybe 4 yards.
Nayland Arthur's doing a real nice job running the ball this time. Not that he hasn't all year. Putting his head down, and he's not doing as much dancing when he sees the hole. He just hits the hole and goes. Phillips under center. Takes a snap. Going to run the reverse again to Kendrick. One man to beat. Oh, he slips. And a late hit again, and still no flag. Going to give him a gain of about 4 on the carry. Call it 3rd down and about 5. A lot of room that time to run, Matt. The field being a little bit slippery right now, just lost his footing.
Looks like there is some dew out there. It's got some moisture. 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Wellston leads at 34-0.
Kendrick over the right side, going to be close to a Rocket first down. Matt Hatton going to be close to a Rocket first down. See where the officials mark it. Going to be short about a yard. 7:52 to go in the contest. Rockets on top, still big, 34-0 over the Belpre Golden Eagles. Ball on the Rocket 21. Phillips under center. Takes a snap, hands off the Hatton over the right side. First down, Rockets down to about the 16. Rockets doing a nice job here, Bob, with ball control.
Well, Bob, anytime you commit people to the gaps and you get by them, you're going to pick it up. Matt Hatton just hurdled one guy, gets up, picks a first down. The only concern I have at this point is there's a lot of frustration on the other side of the field. The Rockets can't afford to lose any starters, so I hope that if they start, that we get a good quick whistle and officials get in there and really do a good policing job.
7:35 to go in the ball game. Rockets lead 34-0. Matt Phillips and the Rockets on the 19. Takes the snap. Fumble on the play. Nayland Arthurs recovers it back on the 20-yard line. Nayland not having a lot of experience with that play, Bob, just being hurt since the Notre Dame game. The Rockets being able to recover. Second down, actually going to lose a yard on that play. Second down and 11.
Well, that's the 3rd fumble we've seen tonight, Bob.
Hopefully the fumble bugaboo's not back bugging the Rockets again. 7:05 to go, clock still running. Phillips puts Kendrick in motion, hands off the Hatton up the middle, breaks one, going to be a touchdown, Rockets. Yes, sir, Matt Hatton, 16 yards on that jaunt, Bob.
And that came right there at Harry Turnerville. Harry Turner, the big junior, 270-pound tackle, and he just pancaked his man. Matt Hatton showing that quickness as he just dipped and broke it out and showed great speed as he goes in from 20 yards out.
Nice piece of running again by the senior fullback, number 24, Matt Hatton. Rockets going for 2, hands off to Arthurs over the right side. He's going to be close. Don't believe the ball broke the plane. The official says it did not. Rockets failed conversion once again with 6:59 to go in the ball game. Rockets lead the Eagles 40-0.
Texas A&M's 12 to 10. Well, Mike Jones can't have done anybody. What do you see the difference?
Welcome back, Rocket fans, to C.H. Jones Field. A lot of exciting things going on tonight. Matt Hatton just went 19 yards for another Rocket touchdown, make it 40-0 Rockets over the Belpre Golden Eagles as John Wayne Fortner gets ready to kick off for the Rockets on his own 40-yard line. Back deep for the Eagles, number 23, West. Number 81, the wide receiver. Fortner approaches the ball. Good end-over-end kick. Fortner's leg getting stronger every game, taken on the 15 by West. West up the middle, has some running room. Still on his feet, brings it out to midfield, where he's brought down that time by number 53 for the Rockets and number 90, Troy Stewart. Number 16 on the tackle also, Rick Perdue reminds me. John Wayne Fortner on the stop. Belpre Golden Eagles take over with good field position here, Bob. Well, Bob's chewing on the popcorn. I'll give him a break here just a minute. Struthers and company breaks huddle. 45 at 4-back. That's Spriggs for the Eagles. And West at tailback. Struthers under center. Puts 81 in motion to the left. Struthers long count, takes a snap, hands off to his tailback over the right side, hitting the backfield, breaks one tackle. Oh my goodness gracious. Again, another late hit that time by number 58 for the Eagles, but the officials are letting them play, Bob.
Well, they're letting one side play, but I'll tell you what, Nick Frisbee, if he'd have been 6 foot, he'd have killed somebody right there.
Nick Frisbee came through and put a hit on that guy. Stopped initially in the backfield, but West doing a nice job of eluding the Wellston tacklers. Gained about 4 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 6. Ball on the Rocket 40. 6-yard line with 6:15 to go in the ball game. Rockets up big in a big way, 40-0 over the Belpre Eagles. Struthers under center. Long count once again, takes a snap, comes back up the middle to number 4. No, play action pass. He had me fooled on that one. Nice play action pass that time by Struthers as he faked off Bob that time to his fullback, but threw incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, Struthers has shown us that he's a pretty good sleight of hand type of guy as he faked the wide play. Looked like he was going to give it back on that little inside counter, pulled that back out and threw deep, but it was only Rockets deep.
Ball on the Rocket 46. 6:03 to go in the ball game. Rockets pretty impressive tonight, Bob, defensively and offensively.
Well, I tell you what, it's been all Rocket all night, and Belpre having some success in the third quarter, but not being able to convert.
Rockets defense still shutting out the Eagles. Struthers breaks huddle.
They're bringing the boys now. Everybody.
Long count, takes a snap. Play action pass, throws over to his left. Picked off again. See, in and out of the hands by number 14. Who is that for the Rockets, Bob? Who is it, Bob?
Aaron Jenkins, all 130 pounds of him, playing inside linebacker.
Aaron Jenkins coming in for the Rockets. Almost picked one off by Struthers. The Eagles have to pass with 5:58 to go in the ball game. They have to pass here. Running game's not going to do home a lot of good right now.
Well, this puppy's over. It's just a matter of the clock now, and Struthers is going to try to keep them in it as they bring Hamilton wide to the left.
Struthers, play action. Kyle Stewart smelled that one real quick. Kyle Stewart just exactly right. Rick Perdue said he almost took the handoff. Almost did. Faced with 4th down now. Rockets take over on possession. 1st and 10 Rockets. Ball on their own 48-yard line, Bob.
They went to the well once too often with that nice play, as that was Keith. He's done a good job with it. But Tank Stewart, quite honestly, put a hurting on him.
5:48 to go in the ball game. Rockets up big, 40-0. Phillips under center for the Rockets. Takes a long count, hands off to Arthurs over the right side, loses yardage. Field getting pretty slick now, and Nayland kind of trying to pick his home and lost his footing. And we like to, well, I guess that might be something that we've kind of picked up in the ball game right now, Bob. It's getting a little more wet out there.
Well, we're seeing some new Rockets in there. We're seeing your buddy from Vinton County playing, Jake Everts getting an opportunity, and John Wayne Fortner getting an opportunity to do some of the quarterback.
Fortner in now. Under center, takes a snap. Hands off to his fullback up the middle. 24 is Hatton. Look at this. Holy cow, we've got, I can't believe that. Fumble on the play. I can't believe the official, Bob, just let that get away right there.
Well, I'm sure when this one's over, Coach Blackstone's going to say, guys, you got to blow that whistle both ways. That was Roger Wilbur getting an opportunity to play, Jake Everts, and now they're talking to John Wayne Fortner. Rockets keeping that one defense in as we're missing a cornerback. We're missing a cornerback in there, and that's going to be Nayland Arthur.
Rockets coming in, still having Jenkins on the right corner.
Aaron Jenkins getting a play at that.
Brennan's still in, and Wallace still at safety. Struthers at quarterback puts his man in motion. Long count, takes a snap, hands off, rolls to his right. Heavy rush on again, but throws over the middle and hit immediately. Bob, great play that time by 14 Jenkins.
I tell you, this Jenkins kid is hungry to play, and he's come to play.
I tell you what, that gain of about 6 on the play, but Jenkins had that one sniffed out all the way. 2nd down 4 for the Eagles, 4:54 to go in the ball game.
Lee Lambert getting an opportunity to play in the place of our buddy Nayland Arthur, and Tanner back in there for Zeke Stewart.
Struthers back to pass, under heavy pressure, throws out in the flats. 1st down, but then takes a pop by 26 Brennan.
I tell you, this is the kind of, I suppose if you're a cornerback, I was never fast enough to be anything but a lineman, but I suppose if you're a cornerback or safety, you can just come up and put the licks on because you know they're going to be throwing it.
I like to play action.
Pin their ears back and come on, boys. We've got some new players in the ball game. We have some new players in there right now. Struthers under center. Takes the snap. Hands off to his fullback up the middle. Has some running room. 1st down. Going to be tackled from behind by 35 Hank Hager. Going to be good enough for a 1st down, Bob.
Well, it's our 2nd unit, Mike Ewing and the boys, so we're going to give them an opportunity to play some.
Hank Hager at linebacker. Branch usually, Ewing in there at tackle, Cantor at defensive end. Struthers, they run the same play. That's going to go. That's going to be short of a first down, though. Brennan on the stop on the far side, as well as Matt Sowers, rather. Big number 78 going back in there, Bob, to keep the Eagles out of the end zone.
Joe's sort of taking this personal. They're in his backyard, the ball at the 15.
Rockets putting some starting linemen back in to keep the Eagles out, see if they can do it. Struthers puts his man in motion to the left. Second back through. Fumble on the play. Rockets recover. And after taking a shot, number 81 came through, number 45 rather. Morgan Stevens, Bob, put a lick on him, and the ball just squirted up in the air. Rockets recovered.
And that was ringed. They're normally good, sure-handed back, but I tell you what, he got pasted there by Morgan Fairchild Stevens.
3:57 to go in the ball game. Rockets take over on their own 5-yard line.
Well, we got the second group in. That's John Wayne Fortner. We'll try to set him for you.
Fortner under center. We can't see the numbers from here. My possible gain of about 2. See who gets up off the bottom of the pile here. 3:45 to go. We're seeing Jared Arthur's in the ball game right now, tailback for the Rockets.
Jake Eberts. Excuse me.
Jake Eberts, Alvis Brown, Roger Wilbur, Kendrick still in there.
Scott Pittenger.
Here comes, number 6 for the Rockets, trying to keep him outside. Bob Walton with the big O here. Alvis Brown, the ball carrier. Gain of about 35 on that carry, Bob.
And that was against their first team as they're getting Brown out now. Look for our buddy Troy Meade to get in there. But downtown Alvis Brown shows you why he's around. Canterbury in the ball game. And Jared Arthur, I hope he gets to carry the ball. Real strong runner.
Goes to Arthur up the middle, gain of about 4. And my ear is still ringing. Bob Walton getting a little excited, taking a little page out of my book here.
I wasn't excited. I just wanted to see Alvis pace that big kid, and he certainly did that.
3:05 to go. Rockets big, 40-0 over the Belpre Eagles. Arthur's in the backfield. Jared Arthur's, rather. Handoff goes to Alvis Brown over the right side. Has some running room. Going to be close to another Rocket first down with 2:50 to go in the ball game. Call it third down and about 1. Tell you what, the Rockets' second team putting a licking on him right now, Bob.
He's just a sophomore, too, buddy. Look at little Alvis coming around. I think we need to get the ball back in Kendrick's hand. I want to see him break 200.
I'd like to see the Rockets score again, coming to Brown this side. Going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss. Going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. 2:20 to go in the ball game.
Well, do you punt it or do you go for 2? And I think Coach saying, let's go for 2.
We got to go for it. Fortner stays in. Rockets' second team offensive unit still in the field. Rockets actually, folks, have 4 teams they play with. They play with a first-team JV unit on offense and first-team defense. Fortner bootleg, slips, and goes down. That one wasn't going anywhere anyway because they had 3 Golden Eagles in his face.
Well, the Rockets give it up at their own 37, and now we see, I don't believe this, I think Matt Phillips is going to play some linebacker.
Phillips coming off. Rockets only have 5 players on the field right now. Here we go. Radcliffe, Ewing, Corvin, Ziegler. Joe Ziegler back in at right tackle. What do you think, Bob?
Well, I see some clean jerseys for Belpre, too, but Struthers stays in the ball game, I believe.
At linebacker, number 35, Hank Hager. Number 33, Matt Sowers. Back deep for the Rockets, Wallace. Struthers, play action, rolls to his left, under some heat again. Takes a monster smash by 78, Ziegler again. He'll feel that one tomorrow.
Telling you what, Joe Ziegler just coming in to do he's wreaking havoc there with Sam Corbin, Alan Radcliffe with an opportunity to play, and Hank the wedge breaker Hager.
Struthers pulling out some cobwebs on that one, guys.
Coach Blackstone has just called off the big dog. he brought Joe out. He's going to give him a little bit of a rest.
He had to give him another taste of that shot last week, and he got it right there. Struthers with a 5-yard loss under center, takes a snap. Second back through, has some running room, tries to get outside of Brennan, but can't do it. You're not going to get outside of Sean Brennan. Once he has you in his sights, guys, he's going to track you down.
And he keeps you in bounds, too, and that's the one thing you want.
A minute 10 to go. Rockets going to win this one in a mighty big way, 40-0. A lot of guys thinking, well, Rockets can't score this kind of points against the Eagles, but I knew they could.
Adam Canner playing some linebacker in there, as well as number 67.
I see the water jug heading toward Coach Blackstone. Could it be?
Jake Brown, they better not.
45, the ball carrier for the... Uh-oh, the lid came off. They're not finding any... Water bucket goes toward Coach Blackstone. He has no idea what's going on. They're kind of sneaking through behind the line. Coach seeing not seeing the water jug right now. Coach still coaching guys, telling them get their helmets on here.
Well, he's telling them to put the water back, too. He's no dummy there, and I don't think he wants to get them too high right now. I think he wants them to enjoy this victory, but he knows that as well as they play tonight, they're going to have to play at another level against the 7th-ranked Nelsonville York Buckeyes.
Here comes the water jug as the Ziegler and Stevens kind of sneaks behind the line and keeping the coach out of sights because they know if he's seen him, they could be in trouble.
But Coach is moving well right now. He's going right down the sideline. He's having a friendly talk with the official now.
40 seconds to go.
You know how he talks to guys, it's, hey. Everything's, hey.
Coach Blackstone clear down on the other end. Uh-oh, there goes 2 water jugs. What's going on here? He's going to get a double dip. That sounds familiar in the Wellston system. Struthers under center. Second back through, hit right at the line of scrimmage by 71 Ewing. What a play by Ewing.
And Mike Ewing is just getting better and better and bigger and bigger. He's just a sophomore. And look at these guys run on and off. I tell you, they don't lope out there.
Rockets take over, first down. Water bucket's getting closer to Coach Blackstone. See what happens now. Branch Usley and Troy Stewart getting in on some action here with the water jug. Coach West just got rounded by Ziegler. Uh-oh, what's happening here, Bob?
I'm telling you, they're enjoying themselves, but if they go after Coach Blackstone, they're in big trouble.
Coach Blackstone turns around but still has no idea the water jug is in hand. Fortner and company with 16 seconds to go. Coach Blackstone, they shot at him and missed. They tried to get him with the water jug but missed.
I told you he's quick. He's quick down that sideline.
Oh, my. Rockets come away with the victory here tonight. That's all she wrote. Rockets 40, Belpre Golden Eagles 0. We're going to send it back to the station for a word from our sponsors.